Dear friends, today we are going to discuss the syllabus of financial accounting. Just I have told in the last lecture that there are 5 topics or 5 modules. 4 topics or modules are relates with the theory part, and one is, that is last 5th topic, is related to theory. The first topic of the syllabus is final accounts of companies. It again subdivided into relevant provisions of the Companies Act related to final accounts of the company. Now some provisions are given in the Companies Act 2013 that how so these provisions are very important, and by taking into consideration the company's provisions related to final accounts, we can prepare the. Now it excludes the cash flow statement. That means in the final account of the company, the cash flow statement is not to be taken into consideration. Then another sub point is preparation of profit and loss account and balance sheet as per the revised schedule 3 of the Act 2013. It means while preparing the vertical form of income statement or profit and loss account, some basic or important heads are given, and by considering these heads, we have to the vertical form of income statement. The main points I have explained at a SY level in the management accounting, but here some changes, little bit changes are in the preparation of vertical form of income statement. The balance sheet, which is prepared in the company final account, again in vertical form, may have the same, we can say, heads which we have studied at management accounting. In the management accounting, the heads are, that is liability side starts with the sources of funds, and asset side starts with the. Now here the company final accounts, the liability side start with equity and liabilities, and again there are some 3-4 again sub titles, and balance sheet start with the assets. So there is no any that much change in the preparation of final accounts of the company. Under section 1, that is not under section but AS1, it relates to the preparation of final accounts of the company. Some policies are given, some disclosure, how it is to be disclosed, that is to be mentioned. Then another topic of financial accounting is internal reconstruction and capital reduction. Now when no need of that much capital, then the capital reduction is to be done. So it is a internally process which to be completed by the company. That's why it is internal reconstruction and capital reduction. Now under this need of reconstruction and company provisions, now why the internal reconstruction is done? Suppose if the company is having a excess capital, that means the more capital is with company which is not utilized 100%. So if the company is having more capital, then ultimately the returns are to be paid by way of, we can say, dividend or interest or many other type of the returns. So in the case of equity shares, if 100 share is there, it can be reduced by rupees 20 and it can be kept as rupees 80 face value. So this is the capital reduction. In the case of preference shares also, again, if the company and the court is given the order to reduce capital of 100 rupees by 50%, that means 50 rupees is to be face value kept in the preference. Again, the debenture holders, creditors, they are waiving their rights. That means they can make some sacrifice, and the amount which is paid by the debenture holders, they sacrifice that. If the rupees 3 lakhs or 5 lakhs, that means 50% amount they are sacrificing. Same, the creditors are sacrificing the amount of the particular, that is just sector. Then what is the distinction between issue, that is between internal and external reconstruction? Now internal reconstruction is done by the company internally, and external reconstruction is done as per the government order or court order. So internal, that is done by the company itself, but in external, the government or court has given the order, and that's why it is known as external reconstruction. Then another methods of including alteration of share capital, again various, we can say, methods are there. They again such things are to be taken into consideration. So under the internal reconstruction, the ways from which the capital is raised, that capital can be reduced, that is to be minimized, that is to be cut off. And when that capital is reduced, how much part or how much amount is reduced, that is to be transferred to capital reduction. What is the face value which is kept by the company recorded in the books of company. So there are journal entries for each and every transaction, for equity share, for preference share, for debentures, for creditors. Again, some fictitious assets are also written off by the company. So when the written off, that means amount goodwill, amount of other fictitious assets are paid, then ultimately that type of information is taken into consideration. So this is the internal reconstruction or capital reduction of the company. Then third topic is buyback of shares. Now we know that by issue the shares, the company can raise the capital. Capital raising is done by way of different sources by the company. So if the company is not require that much capital, it is related like to the internal reconstruction. By buyback means which shares are to be issued by the company that are to be again purchased by the company, that is known as buyback. So company itself purchase its shares, that is buyback of shares. So company law and legal provisions related to the buyback, how much shares are to be buybacked by the company, there are some limitations, there are some provisions, and by taking into consideration these provisions, the buyback is to be done by them. The most important thing is that nearly 25% or up to 40% shares are to be buyback by the company. So 100% shares are not. Some provisions are there, and by taking into consideration that provisions, the buyback is done. Then companies again have some conditions which can include regarding the sources, maximum limit, and debt ratio. So this is cancellation of shares which are to be buybacked. Sometimes if the company is purchasing its own shares, again it can be cancelled, and this may be taken into consideration in the buyback of shares. Then investment accounting is the fourth topic. In the investment accounting, under section 13, the company's funds are to be invested in the different types of securities. It can be invested in debentures, shares. That is known as investment accounting. Now, the first thing is very important here for the variable amount, that is income, having low income or other things. Again, debentures are to be the investment which is done by the company. Then in the government bonds, sources, securities that are to be considered in the investment accounting. Now, according to this investment accounting, the transactions of purchase and sale of the investment is to be recorded. When we purchase the investment, we may make the entry. If the government bonds are purchased, we can make the entry government bonds account debit to cash or bank. What comes, that is government bond comes, and what the cash goes out. Now on the investment, you can get the interest, dividend. So again, what comes, bank account, cash is comes. That's why cash or bank accounting debit and to investment account. If it is sold, investment is sold after some times. That means the amount of accordingly cash or bank account debit to investment account. So there are journal entries in the investment accounting as well as ledger accounts, and accordingly this is to be considered in the investment. So the purchase and sale, just I have told you. Now investment with some interest. Now some transactions are for purchasing and selling of the investment is X interest. X means excluding and cum means including. So I have told you already, X means which is given, that is X. Cum means including interest. So finding out the cost of investment, that is to be very important with X interest and cum interest. So some as per the weighted average method and the columnar format is to be given for the investment accounting. Then fifth topic is ethical behavior and implication for accounts. Now in the applicability of implication for accounts, there are some ethics, some rules, some regulations, then some provisions are to be there. How that provisions or ethics, we may know that everyone have some ethics, students have some ethics, every doctors have some ethics. Ethics means rules and regulations, how you have to behave. So this ethics and behavior in implication of accounting, that is a third part, under which introduction, what is mean by ethical behavior, what is mean by accounting ethics, then meaning, and ethical behavior and the financial reports, how the financial reports are to be prepared, what is the link between the law and corporate governance, then corporate social responsibility and ethics. So at all level, the implication for accounting and their ethics, rules and regulations, and many other things that means by the profession now which is to be followed by the company. There are some professional persons which can give you the idea about what does the accounting profession it is. So these 5 topics are there, and accordingly we can take into consideration all the things. Thank you.